The ultra-Orthodox people called Chabad,
Ireland.
This is network, and this is an entirely different network.
We're an ultra-Orthodox sect.
This is about my great-grandfather who was a cavalryman during the Civil War. There's a lot of Civil War history because I have relatives who served in this war. But my great-grandfather, Joseph Quigley, was the one who served in the Home Guard. They were immigrants during the time, so they didn't really speak English. You know, they were new to the country. And this is my grandmother, Mary Quigley. And it's about really a story about how her family, she became an orphan during this time. She lost all 6 of her siblings, and both of her parents were dead by the time she was 9 years old. And when I was a little kid, I would hear the story, and I was always curious about those people. So I spent my entire life doing research, reading, so I could discover what in the world happened to the family. And I found my grandmother thought she had lost a 4-month-old baby's sister. And I found that baby's sister when I was 67. I started when I was 9. I found her buried in an unmarked grave in my own house south of Independence, Missouri. So my first cousins and I, a number of us, would keep researching, studying, trying to find out what happened. And I discovered that a whole autobiography about that area was written by a first cousin of mine, who was General Schofield, who was sent by Abraham Lincoln to settle the disputes between the slaveholders and the people who wanted it to be a free
So
state.
he fought in the Union, because I was wondering, is it the Union or the Confederacy?
No, he was in the Union. The Missouri State Militia started in St. Louis, Missouri, and for a while the Confederates were stealing the material from that was coming down into St. Louis.
Yeah.
And so General Schofield discovered what was going on, and they closed down that militia. And the new militia that he formed came out of what was called the Home Guard, which was in Kansas City,
Right.
Harrisonville. And they just became cavalry.
That's the one.
And my great-grandfather actually at one point was really good horseman. And Abraham Lincoln was going to come into a parade in Kansas City. And
Yes.
my great-grandfather was going to lead the parade with his horse. So this horse was a big deal in cavalry during that time. This